Hi, uh, my name is Nandini. Here I'm going to explain about the some of the concepts about the AWS developer uh, concepts, and in this concept I'm going to explain AWS developer foundations and some of the tools and some of the practices. In this video, we are going to learn about the AWS Developer Foundation. In this slide, I'm going to explain introduction to AWS Developer concepts. It has like a four parts. First one is recognize, discover, examine, and learn. In recognize we have it like recognize the critical role that AWS developers play in creating cloud native apps, and in discover important AWS services like a genome DB, ECT, Lambda, and API gateway. And in examine fundamentals ideas like infrastructure as a code, event driven designs, and serverless computing. And in learn how effective the sorry learn how effective development and deployment and that automation are made possible with AWS developer tool. And in most of the AWS rules are create and evaluate and release apps on the AWS cloud and build secured and scalable solutions using AWS services and focus on integrating cloud resources and building programs. And last one is permits continuous application delivery and automation. And some of the importance of AWS developer skills. Here I'm explaining just few of things. First one is globally cloud adoption is expanding quickly. In terms of market share, AWS is a top cloud service provider. Career chances in cloud native development are made possible by skills. Use scalable infrastructure to facilitate quicker innovations. And few of them, but I just explained about few here. And view overview of cloud computing. Cloud computing offers on-demand access to databases, servers, and storages. Removes the need to purchase real hardware, saving money upfront. Provides scalability by allowing resources to automatically increase or decrease in response to demand. Allow for flexible and latency-free global deployment of programs. Allow for cost effectiveness by only charging for the services you actually use. Like it's like a pay as you go model method, and encourage quick innovations and quicker applications time to market. Numerous cloud services are available from AWS, such as database, computation, storage, analytics, AI or MI, and more. And here some of the AWS global infrastructures. First one is like geographical areas with several available zones are called regions. Available zones. Data centers that are physically isolated and have their own power, cooling, and networking systems. Services such as Amazon CloudFront use edge locations to deliver content with reduced latency. Around the world, AWS had more than 30 regions and 95 available zones. And in global search for providing performance places apps closer to end users. High availability to prevent downtown services can be duplicated across available zones. And disaster recovery. Redundancy and fault isolation are built into the infrastructure, and data residency and compliance. Regional isolations aids in fulfilling legal and regulatory obligations. And here is the key developer services. Is some of the key AWS developer services are AWS Lambda, computing without servers, ECT, Amazon ECT, Virtual machine on Amazon. Amazon S3 is for storage that can grow. And NoSQL database, Amazon DB, managed relational database or Amazon dataset API management using an API gateway. And here some of the serverless computing concept. Execute code without having to provision or scale or maintain infrastructures. No need to manage servers. And next one, event driven execution. Operations are carried out in a reaction to events such as files, HTTP requests, or database modifications. Automatic scaling allows for seamless handling of any volume of queries from a handful per day to thousands per seconds. Pay as you go method. There are no ideal fees. You are only billed for the actual compute time spent. Reduce time to market by concentrating on developing businesses logic rather than overseeing infrastructures. Integrated fault to tolerance that is controlled by AWS to provide high availability. Supports a variety of language including Java, Go, Node.js, Python, and more. The primary services AWS Lambda is frequently utilized in conjunction with API gateways and S3. Event-driven architectures. Applications react to certain events such as database update or file update uploads. Decouple parts improve scalability and flexibility. Event-driven processes are made possible AWS services like Lambda, SNS, and SQS. Continuous integrations and continuous deliveries. Building, testing, and delivering code to production are automated via CI or CD. Developers regularly merge code into the shared possibilities like AWS code community through continuous integration. Higher code quality is ensured via automatic testing, which finds error early. Code is automatically ready for production release with the continuous delivery, quicker release cycles frequent throughout the day, decrease human mistakes and increase effectiveness of development. Essential CI or COD services on AWS. AWS code build creators, packages, execute test, and compile source codes. Code deployment to ECT, Lambda, or non on premises is automated with AWS code deployment. The complete CI workflow is architecture using AWS code pipelines, allow for connectivity with external technologies such as Slack, Chinook, and GitHub, permit stages, releases, rollback plans, and blue-green deployments. And security fundamentals for AWS developers, identify and access management or IAM, the least privilege principles, encrypted date, use KMS to security fundamentals for AWS developers, and few abbreviations and auditing, MFA or multi-factor authentications, safe secrets administration, and model of shared responsibilities. Thank you.